up, it's how we ride. Coming.
Howdy vloggers,
What up?
welcome back. Jumping back in. So I think where we left off last, we had put the engine on
Oh yeah.
and it got it working. So this is where we're at now.
Yeah, so we've gone places.
Yeah, so let's see.
Last
so
night we did the steering
yeah.
column.
We put the steering column back on. It's looking pretty good.
All the new nuts and bolts are in there.
Yep.
Had a little bit of trouble with this bolt.
Yeah,
I had
that
to
guy was kind of weird.
crank it on there. We thought it was the same size, but it might have been a little too small. We kind of just forced it on there, so
It's
it'll
not
hold.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
So right now we're working on our cabling.
Which is a hecking nightmare.
Yeah, not fun. You want to explain our problem, Benjamin?
Well, so first of all, we ordered these here cables and housing on Amazon. They're advertised as 2.5 meters. So as you can see,
Not just like advertised, like listed.
oh, they're listed. Yeah, it's 2.5 meter, 2 cables and 2 housings. This is one of the cables. This is about 1 meter long. This is one of the housings. This is about like, 3 meters long. The housing we have on the go-kart right now is like just under 2 meters, and the cable is even shorter than that. So nothing is 2.5 meters, and they're all different sizes, which really sucks. So we're working with what we got. We think we took the longer cable and the shorter housing. We think that should be good enough to reach the brake. So that's what we've been doing today, trying to get this brake cable on.
It's a close one though.
We're gonna try to use the longer housing, and I ordered some longer actual cables from Amazon.
What if the cable just...
We had to cut the cable because on these cables,
Cable that you have to feed through the
you have
entire
to
housing.
feed through the whole housing, and there's ends on both of them. You can't feed through the housing with these ends, so we had to cut off one of the ends. First we tried like wire cutters, and we were able to get it off, but it was super frayed. So we spent a while trying to figure out how to like unfray the wire because we couldn't get it back through the housing. Eventually I took, follow me over here. We tried the axe at one point, that didn't work so well. We got this little guy right here, the Dremel tool. He's just got a little like sander on there that I used to level it off, and that worked finally. That was how we solved that
Yay.
problem. Yay, Dremel tool.
So, yeah, I think that's what's up right now. We're just gonna keep trying to get this brake cable run. And yeah, as we said, we're not gonna be able to run the throttle cable with what we have now. So yeah, we're gonna give it what we got.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
see you later. Yeah, so let's take a look here. So the brake cable is the blue one there. Yeah, so what were our challenges?
Well,
So initially just getting it in up here. That's what I was working on mostly. We ended up just stealing this metal piece here from that guy right there, from a bike over here. So it worked out pretty well. But then we had a bunch of trouble back here.
so when we put on that bike part, we ended up losing a bit of actual cable. So we had to cut the housing down a little bit. And in order to do that, I used the Dremel tool again, which is what we use to cleanly cut the cable itself. And that creates a lot of heat apparently within the housing. So it melted some of the plastic onto the cable itself from inside the housing.
Ben, pull the handle so I can see if it'll show the plastic?
I think this is the
Oh
plastic.
yeah, you
right
can
here.
see it right.
That meant that it gave us quite a bit of trouble feeding the cable back through the housing, but it also meant that there was a lot more tension on, or the cable was a lot harder to pull out of the housing just using the handle here.
Right.
So
It's really sticky.
So this way this caliper works is that when you pull this, there's a spring inside here that'll pull it back, and in theory it's supposed to pull this cable back through the housing so it always stays open, so that the brake isn't always on.
And so there's a spring in here somewhere that pulls this part down.
But that spring is not strong enough to pull through the melted plastic that was on this cabling now. So we ended up having to add an additional spring down here to pull the caliper and the brake cable back through after it's been pulled up. And so to do that, we had to find a couple bolts that would fit in there correctly. And then there was a lot of, like, this spring right here has very high tension. So we had to crank it back and screw in this and hold the brake cable.
It was
And
quite
hold
the
a nut
process.
and a bolt all at the same time. It was very challenging.
Very challenging indeed.
But we were able to get it in, and now we have a brake.
Toss some zip ties on there.
Yeah, zip tie.
Yeah, I want to turn the steering wheel.
The steering wheel
It
turns.
should
Cable all
be all
plenty
set.
of slack, which is good.
And then we came and at least prepped, I guess, for our throttle cable. Because we kind of had the same problem here, where the spring, this guy, was the one that was already there, but it wasn't strong enough, so then we added the spring so that it would really work once we get the cable on there. That's the Fauerbach Dorfman dual spring technology. Patented. Patent pending. Alright, so yeah. We wanted to paint the wheels, but it's kind of wet out, so not good painting conditions, so hopefully we'll do that tomorrow if it's nicer out.
Tomorrow we should be getting in the cabling that we can use for the throttle. So we might be able to get that hooked up tomorrow, get throttle cable, and we'll have the brake cable. It'll be all the cabling done. It'll be nice. And then we're just waiting on spindles and wheels for the front end
Yeah.
and a seat. That's really kind of
So,
it. Isn't
Yeah, we're getting
it?
there.
We're getting there for sure.